The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hello guys, wishing you a great day. Let me begin today's session. Let me see your smile. Yes, smile increases your face value. I hope you are all getting acquainted with your new subjects, new lessons, new teachers, new friends and even your new textbook and even the new mode of learning, isn't it? Everything is going on smooth and cool, I think so. Well begun is half done. And in English it is with success we are dealing with. A success quote to you. Success is about giving back more to life than what you take out of it. Don't you agree with that? Yes, we should be the game changers and the change makers of our life. To this, what is more essential is courage. Courage should be the capital of our life. And in the previous session, we have listed out so many great people's names and we have also agreed that these people turned to be great not within a single night. And here I am in front of you with a small anecdote of Abraham Lincoln. I know you all know him, Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was born in a log cabin on 12th February 1809. Due to his unfavorable conditions at his family, he was a little educated. But he had high interest in reading books and he turned to be a voracious reader. And because of that, hard work and determination, he overcame all the setbacks of his life. And that provided him a chance to become the 16th President of America. Many of his famous speeches are well known to us. But that day, nobody knew that this single first best step would turn to be a historical day that would create a remarkable story, accomplishing the best office in land. Yes, Abraham Lincoln is noted for his leadership in the struggle of abolishing slavery in America. The discrimination, racial discrimination. And this Abraham Lincoln, when he was too young, was so cute enough to deliver a speech, and that is the anecdote I have in front of you. Shall we begin the lesson? It is a very short and cute anecdote. Yes, to page number 9. If you have textbook, you can follow with that, or else you can take your PDF. Okay. Abraham Lincoln is one of the greatest of American statesmen. He is known for his celebrated speeches. Here is a story of his first speech as a little boy. Abe's first speech. Abe made his first speech when he was a boy going barefoot, his trousers held up by one suspender and his shock of hair sticking through the hole in the crown of his cheap straw hat. The attire in which he went to deliver his first speech. It was an accidental speech. He did not have any practice prior to it, but still, how beautifully it ended up. So he was going with barefoot. His trousers had only one suspender, not even two. And the hat he was wearing was also torn, and through that hole his shock of hair was protruding out. That picturizes that he was not well dressed. Abe, in the company with his rail-splitting companion Dennis Hanks, attended a political meeting which was addressed by a typical stump speaker, one of those loud-voiced fellows who shouted at the top of his voice and waved his arms wildly. So here Abe and Dennis attended a political party meeting where they did not understand anything what that political stump speaker attempted to speak. See, he was speaking with a loud voice. At the top of his voice he was yelling and also waving his hands. And political stump speaker, it is like a platform. Okay, these orators stood on this platform and they addressed the people, delivered this speech. At the conclusion of the speech, which did not meet the views either of Abe or Dennis, the latter declared that Abe could make a better speech than that. Whereupon he got a dry goods box and called on Abe to reply to the campaign orator. So, when Dennis and Abe was listening to the speech of this orator, they were not able to grasp what the content was. It did not satisfy both of them. So what immediately Dennis declared is that even my little friend Abe is capable enough to do a better speech than you people. Saying that, he arranged for a small platform for the small boy to get onto it and deliver the speech. He got on to the dry goods box and called on Abe to reply to the campaign orator. Campaign orator who belongs to a group or a party with certain principles. Okay, political people, they have certain principles, they have groups. Little Abe threw his old straw hat on the ground and, mounting the dry goods box, delivered a speech which held the attention of the crowd and won him a considerable applause. Put yourself in this position. If somebody comes to you and say, please sing, please give a speech. Even if you have gone for a music class or even you have got a practice in speech, what you people or we people, including me, would do? Immediately we will have a fuss, we will have a hesitation. Oh, it's me, how can I do? It is not possible. With all those things, we will hesitate. We will even avoid the situation. Why? We have a fear in us. What fear? Fear of criticism. What people will think of me if I go wrong. Isn't it? So, that will be our condition, and what Abe did at that time is, immediately when Dennis said that Abe will be capable enough to do the speech, he mounted on that box. He mounted on that got onto the box and he delivered the speech which held the attention of the crowd. And the speech was also very good. The speech was also very impressive. And the speech was also applauded by the crowd, and he achieved confidence through this massive positive response from them. Even the campaign orator admitted that it was a fine speech and answered every point in his own oration. So even the opponent was ready to admit that it was a good speech. So think how good it would have been. Isn't it? So Dennis Hanks, who thought Abe was the greatest man who ever lived, was delighted, and he often spoke of how young Abe got the better of the trained campaign speaker. A good friend. A friend in need is a friend indeed. So, Renaissance, what he did is he thought Abe is the greatest person, because the moment he said, though he did not know about the content, he was ready to speak. But what gave him courage to speak is the habit of his reading. He was well read. He knew what has happened in the society. That is why he was able to speak that moment. Spontaneous was his speech that received appreciation from the audience. Okay, so Renaissance was so highly delighted to speak about his friend Abraham Lincoln. So, what do you learn from this small anecdote? It is that everyone is having the ability, but they cannot showcase their credibility due to the lack of confidence, lack of encouragement, lack of training, lack of support, isn't it? So, everybody has a potential within them. Okay, this is what the gist of this small story. I hope you would have understood. It needs no big explanation because it is direct. The content is very clear. It's very transparent too. So now we have few questions to be thought about. What made little Abe stand on the dry goods box and deliver the speech? What might have happened? As we have said earlier, it might be the courage, it might be the confidence, it might be the belief in his friend even. He trusted his friend. We also come across so many people to motivate us, telling that believe in yourself, you can do it, trust yourself, I am there to help you. But how many of us are there to believe those words? So here this little Abe believed in his friend's words. So believing in friend's words is not for negative, unwanted deeds, but it is to promote your skill. Okay, and do you think, the next question is, do you think good dress, appearance, position in society are needed to present yourself before the public for a speech? Do you think that these are the essentials to present yourself in the public? And before that, let me ask you one question. What is your opinion on facing a public gathering or meeting or addressing few people? How do you feel about it? Have you ever addressed like that? It's so nice. Or is it like spine chilling? Horror? No. Isn't it? So facing a public meeting is so difficult even for a well-trained person. Because the moment you see a mass, a group of people, what happens is you forget. Sometimes you even turn to be blank, blind. You become nervous, you become tensed, you tremble, even you feel like half paralyzed. You sweat a lot, isn't it? But this little boy was capable enough to come in front and deliver the speech with no hesitation. Public always loves people, those who come front without hesitation, isn't it? In the beginning of the session I said, courage should be our capital always. Yes, about the dress code, for some it gathers importance and for some it is not so. But you get confidence when you dress up yourself according to your taste. And also, you have to dress up yourself very neatly and not extravagantly. Your quality should speak for you and not the brands that you wear. Self-respect is more important. In the case of this little Abe, what has happened is that the quality of his speech attracted the audience, attracted the gathering than his attire, look, dress. So, think about it and write your own answers. Next question is, What is the role of Dennis in bringing out the best in young Abe? What was the role of Dennis Hanks? He understood the quality or the potential in his friend, and he wanted it to bring out. Diamond should be polished. So, Dennis Hanks was such a person. And do you think that everybody has some potential in them? Some people take the initiative while others do not dare to showcase their talents. What do you think are the reasons for this? Write down your views. What might be the reasons for this? As we have said, lack of practice, lack of opportunity, lack of courage, lack of confidence. Okay, all these things stand as an obstacle for every one of us to succeed in life. And let me wind up by telling, be competent and dare enough to do new things than overthinking. Okay, see you next time, next week.